Uh, Happy Thursday to y'all. Yeah. So it's obvious y'all not gonna leave me be until I talk about this situation. I mean, I got an hour to spare. So because I love y'all so much, I'm going ahead and use my good little hour that I could have used to myself to go on ahead and talk about Tamika steadily going in and letting have exposing, her sister and her ugly ass husband. Um, Listen, I get it because I am one of the people that wanted to know what happened, but we already knew that she had cashed the check, so I really didn't need the full backstory. You know what I'm saying? Because the only interesting thing, well, we gonna get to it when we get to it, because I'm finna play it. So this particular one comes from my best friend Scotty. Shout out to Scotty. I'm using his audio for this, and my phone gonna be up here so that y'all can hear it. All right. I don't want y'all to think I'm pulling radio realness. Up here like that. Nah, I'm just keeping it up here because the mic is up here, and I want y'all to be able to hear both me and it without me having to do a whole bunch of editing and all the rest of that. Because I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm not gonna be lazy. I was getting real lazy. Thank y'all for that calling it out. But here we go.
I feel like the show, like we said, kicked off with the bang. A major storyline for this season is the issues that you're having with your fourth group member, Latasha, your sister Tamika, um, and really the issues that were, I guess, a result of the conversation that you were actually trying to have with your mom and your sister. It was supposed to be a really coming together moment because you and your sister hadn't spoken, right? And so that kind of blew up and escalated. In that moment, going back to that, was it a moment where you were just like, you know what, I just got to say this, I got to get it off my chest? Or did you even think about it? Like, did it just come out? Girl, before I even went to film, I was in a car and I said, okay, I'm going to put on my imaginary What Would Jesus Do bracelet. And during the filming, I kept looking down at my arm, like, okay, what would Jesus do? And then I kept, and I started rocking. And it's like I was looking at my arm. I was on the thing slipped off my arm. The imaginary thing slipped off. And when I felt attacked, it was like it was just lies. Like when I walked in, my sister had no. She did not want to work there now. I walked into, oh, you think you're better than everybody else. You don't know how to treat people. It was like, and I'm sitting here like, this is our first conversation. Yeah. And you're doing this in front of the cameras? Like, we're supposed to be making up right now. So, and I even brought my daughter. A lot of people was like, why she bring her daughter? I brought my daughter because I was like, if they see my daughter, they're like, oh, this is my niece. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a big family. But honey, it was like she was sitting there, but she wasn't. Like they just totally just ignored her sitting there. So I just felt like I was being beaten up on, and it was just lies. And I was like, okay, I know how to shut you up with the truth. Yeah. And it just came out. It wasn't planned. It was something that I had forgiven her for. Yeah. Something that I had swept under the rug with because I felt so attacked. And I had to. That was my defense mechanism, and I just had to. And it just came out. Yeah. And
Well, listen. I hope y'all was able to hear it good. I was trying to adjust it because I got the volume all the way up, and I felt like if it was too close, it was gonna bust y'all eardrums out. So I'm trying to do whatever. Whatever. Y'all'll be all right. Tamika, and much like how y'all gonna be all right, your sister and your mammy gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. Oh well. It is what it is. You felt it because you was attacked. You felt attacked because you was attacked. Now I don't really like to use that word attack. I really don't because that's a huge trigger word and a buzzword. And I feel like a lot of times people use that word just to get people up off of them. You know what I mean? Like it's become a big thing. But in this instance and in this issue, no, you were attacked. And you're right. You did the one thing you knew that'd get them the hell up off your back. And that was going ahead and let the world know about how shisty your family really is. But we're gonna continue.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, it's a lot of layers to it. I'll try to give a brief overview of kind of what's going on. Candy, you did a great job of kind of breaking it down on speak on it. But I believe it was Tiny, was it your mom who found out about Sound Exchange? Yes. Okay, so years ago, Tiny's mom found out about Sound Exchange, which is kind of like a union that gives artists.
Similar to a union, I don't know, it might be, but for artists. So basically, whereas a lot of songwriter unions collect royalties for us as songwriters, you know how always people hear like airplay royalties, only the songwriters get paid.
Right.
So when Sound Exchange started in the early 2000s, they basically collected a performance royalty for artists from, songs playing on the radio and
Performance. Like if you sing your song, the performance royalty, you pay for that.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of us, it's a lot of people who still don't know about Sound Exchange, and they have collected royalties. So by the time we found out about it, they had already collected some money. So it was a nice, piece of change that each person was supposed to receive, I guess. I didn't know about it either. Like Tiny's mom signed me up.
Tiny's mom signed all of us up. That's what I was going to ask you. So she signed all of you up. Mm-hmm. So Candy and Tiny, you guys got your checks. Mm-hmm. Tamika, you were not receiving a check. It was like a couple of years later, and she called. She's like, "Baby, Tiny just got a nice little check, baby. Did you get your check, baby?" I said, "What check?" She said, "Baby, the check I signed you up for years ago." I said, "I haven't seen a check." Yeah. So I didn't know. So she's like, "I'm gonna get on the phone. Let me find out where your money." So once she did her investigation, it was like my address had been changed. She put my address in. At the time, I was living in New York. So she put my New York, it was changed to my mom and my sister's address. My sister was living with my mom at that time. Okay. And so you still really don't know how the address got changed. No. So I mean, I know, but I didn't do it. Miss Diane didn't do it. Yeah, yeah.
Now, the one thing that I found interesting in that whole thing was Tasha. Why was you living with your mama around that time? Now, if this happened, okay, so from what from, now, y'all tell me if I'm reaching. From what I gathered, the sound exchange happened. Miss Diane signed all of them up for that in the early 2000s, I believe. Um, and shout out to Miss Diane for looking out for all of the girls. You know what I mean? Because she could have pulled the Matthew Knowles and just only looked out for her child. But she did it. She did that for all the girls, and I appreciate that. See, Miss Diane, she a cool one. And so if they was getting checks, but it was getting sent to your mama, unless the mama was living with her. Now that could have been the situation too, unless my mammy wig bought one wig too many, and it almost landed her ass in the child line, and that's why she had to go around there and live with her daughter. And it could have been something like that. So I don't know. Maybe I was reaching with that one. So if I was, I mean, I guess. But do y'all blame me because like I'm trying to grasp and understand why Tasha would think that it was okay to do something. The way I looked at it as, well, maybe that's why she wanted it so damn bad, so she could get the hell up out of Mammy Wig house. Y'all know money is always the motive. I'm just saying. But I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Moving on.
And so, allegedly, according to you, Tamika, the checks were going. I'm pulling a Candy. Allegedly. Allegedly, you got me here. Yeah.
She got on the phone with the guy who basically at the time was running, I guess, that department, and he basically gave her the address where her checks have been going, and he also told her these checks are being cashed. So she was like, being cashed, and then she wanted to see the checks, and
they sent the copies of the checks. On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account. Wow.
So I like endorsed.
Endorsed. Yeah. Back then, I don't know if they can still do it now. Yeah. But 9 years ago, you could do that.
So yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I guess that helps to explain. I know a lot of people's like, how could somebody get your check, or how could you not know you had a check home? I didn't know I had one either. It just came out of blue. Same call she got. I got two from Diane. Like, oh, did you get your check? And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know it was coming either. So it can happen. Like for people who question how.
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, because I'm name.
And then you say that it was like a fake email.
Yeah, see, when we do business, this is deep. When we do business, it's times where we have to send over like not fax over, but scan like our passports or so we have on emails all of our information, our social security. All of us are privy to that. And one of the items that was used was my passport. So when they sent me the picture of the passport, I looked at my passport. I had not signed my passport, but the same passport was signed, which was a piece of paper that somebody forged my name that was sent to them to be me. And then some, and they went as far as putting Tamika Scott something at Gmail. It was they were communicating with them through a fake Tamika Scott Gmail account. There are so many layers to this. There's a lot of layers. I mean, and it's all true. There's no lie. There ain't no lying in it.
Oh, we believe you, bitch.
Your sister Latasha, I know she's saying obviously that it's not true. She didn't have your check. Is she offering you any kind of explanation about what might have happened since she's saying she didn't get it? No. When it happened, the year it happened, she was quiet. She was saying that. She was saying looking crazy. And my mom was mad at me. Yeah. And I do want to go back to that because I think it got things exploded obviously during the scene. And of course, your mom said to cut the cameras. When the cameras went off, what happened? I left. I left. I was like, I'm not staying here for this. Yeah. Also, I think there was a really powerful a really powerful moment in episode 2 when you were talking with Taj and she was asking you about, why do you think so many years you followed your sister so blindly? And you said it was because that's when you felt you got your mother's love. Mm-hmm. That like brought tears to my eyes because I really felt in that moment, I felt just so bad. How do you go about healing from that? Because although the show, of course, was taped a couple months ago, this is something you say you've been dealing with since you were young, and it's still now. So, what does that healing process look like for you? I want to say that I'm in that process right now. Mm-hmm. I'm in the beginning stage. Yeah, it's going to take work, and it's going to take time, especially when it's two people really so near and dear to your heart. Mm-hmm. So you go through your process and you'll get through it. And you have two amazing sisters who are here for you.
She has a beautiful family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that can't be easy. Oh, man.
Child, well, that's really all I'm gonna play. Shout out to Bestie for the audio. But listen, Tamika, listen, don't feel bad about none of this. Don't feel bad about none of this, girl. It just is what it is. Like, let your damn sister figure it out. Just like you had to figure out the way you had to find out about them taking 30K from you, child. Like I say. So I really want to know what was Latasha going through that she felt like that was okay to do. I still want to know what was the living situation. Was she and Rocky living with Mammy Wig, or did Mammy Wig come around there and live with them? Like, I really want to know what it was. Like, to be honest with y'all, I'm really starting to think that it was the other way around. I'm really starting to think that Rocky and Bug Ass went around there to y'all can't tell me she don't look like she belong on the cover of A Bug's Life because she do. Ooh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Is that considered body shaming? Because I could have compared her to anything: a ladybug, a praying mantis, a roly poly. I don't know, a beetle, a stink bug. Girl, I'm gonna move on. I ain't got time. I got time. What the hell was I saying? Oh, no, I really want to know what the living situation was, though. I really do. I really feel like they probably went around there to go and stay with Mammy G. They found out about them checks. That gave them a way to get out of Mammy G. And then they gave Mammy G some more money for her to buy some more dead ass wigs with, and whatever the case may be. And that's why Mammy Wig is so hush hush about what's going on with this situation. And Tamika wasn't supposed to say nothing about it, but it is what it is. It just is what it is. Like, whatever. All right, whatever. If they feel away, they feel away. It just is what it is. You told your truth, and we believe that it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us. All right. So the court finna adjourn. One more thing. One of y'all sent me something about Rocky also allegedly threatening Toucan Sam. Girl, so I went around there to y'all know where this is going. I went around there to Foghorn Leghorn Studios, child, and I went around there to Tasha K, aka Toucan Sam, aka from Woodwood Pecker Ave. I went around there to hear what she had to say. She kind of touched on it a little bit. Yeah, it's true. The old girl that was clout chasing like the hell I said she was went around there Toucan Sam to sit up amongst her like birds do to go and cluck about how she was sleeping with another woman's husband and allegedly had a baby and is allegedly other more women and all of the rest of this stuff. And oh yeah, she also got an album coming out. Her name Unique. Um Girl, I don't know what the hell's so unique about it. She did what Arian, the harlot did, and so many other sad chicks. Girl, ain't nothing unique about you, child. But allegedly he threatened her. The same way he allegedly threatened Unique. That ain't nothing unique about her. And just like he allegedly threatened the guy Lawrence and then made him stroke out, um, it's not funny. And how he allegedly threatened Nikki Gilberg husband. You know how he also allegedly threatened her ex-boyfriend or whatever the case may be. I don't know. He just got a habit of threatening folk. And y'all know, and I pointed this out on the live on Tuesday, how Tasha always like it be nervous laughter for her. She give me nervous energy when she around him at times. You know what I'm saying? Like she wanna tells him that he's doing too much, but she know if he do what's gonna happen. Allegedly. I'm not saying that's what's going on. I don't know. Again, if I'm reaching, let me know. Tell me down there in the comments. I really want to know y'all thoughts about this. But I'm just saying. I mean, he threatening all these people, and then you can add Toucan Sam in the damn mix. It's just y'all know Toucan Sam don't care. She got that interview with that woman. I think she said it's gonna be on her website. It's gonna wind up on YouTube. I'm sure it is. So and then when they do, I'm gonna go around there and hear what the little girl got to say. I'm gonna hear what she got to say, and I might do a live about that. We'll see. But yeah, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. Tasha came up here and spoke her truth. She had Candy and Tiny to back her up, and I'm glad. But and Miss Diane, shout out to her. She had all them there to back her up and have her back, and she got us too. So it just is what it is. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all feel about what she had to say or whatnot, and leave me alone. All right. Leave me alone. Y'all not gonna see me no more again until tonight for the Chasing Dallas live on Scotty Channel. I think we're gonna do the episode from last week and then the one that's gonna be on tonight. And Grown and Gospel review is gonna be out tomorrow sometime. So be on the lookout for that because that episode comes on tonight. But I ain't dealing with that because I'm gonna be on Chasing. So yeah. And yeah, I think that's it. That's all I ain't got no more to give y'all. I'm gone. Bye.